Steve Brothers, yeah. People don't want to work. They don't want to actually come in and do the work. So I'm sick. You know, the grandma died 3 times. But it all started in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We had a restaurant in Milwaukee, family-based restaurant called Josh to See Restaurant. The cheesesteak was my most favorite part of the menu, so that's where I branched off. I knew that it just needed a little tweak here, tweak there, and it could be what it is today. And, you know, growing up, I always had businesses. Started off, I had an eBay business. Actually started off, I was selling candy in school. They had fundraisers going on, and I was going and buying Little Debbie's from the store, and, you know, we were kind of bumping heads. So after that, you know, I had an eBay business called Your Loss Is Your Gain, where I was doing going to people's houses, taking pictures of stuff, selling it online, splitting the profit with them. And from there, it's just been, you know, different business ventures. Somehow along the line, my partner came to me and he said, hey, man, how about a food truck? I wanted to get a restaurant, so we ended up getting a restaurant first. Long story short, the restaurant got closed down, legal issues. Then we ended up getting the food truck, and he kind of branched off. He wasn't thinking the money was coming fast enough. There were days when I was sitting in the truck, you know, by myself, just watching Netflix the whole day, no customers. You know, and then slowly but surely, as social media started, you know, growing and the Black Lives Matter movement happened, there was a group on Facebook called the Black Owned Houston Restaurants Group. And we posted on there one time, posted our cheesesteaks, and the owner of that group, you know, he kind of blew it up for us. Next thing we know, we had a line wrapped around the corner. You know, we weren't really ready for it, but at the same time, COVID-19 was going on. All the restaurants had to shut down. With us being a food truck, I was able to stay open, and God is good. You know, it took a lot of tweaking to get to where we are today, but long story short, that's my story. In Milwaukee is where it started. When I tasted the chicken cheesesteak, that was my favorite thing at the Josh to See Restaurant, your community sandwich shop. They were branched, and I said, this is what's up. And then I saw the owner, it was my partner Arthur's brother, Jamil. I saw him pushing the Benz back in the day, you know, and they were having money and stuff. And I just said, that's something I want to get into. I didn't know how much work it was at the time. All I saw was the glamour and the shine, you know, him always smiling, in a good mood. And so we tried to buy the Your Community Sandwich Shop on Burleigh, 3rd and Burleigh in Milwaukee. And we ended up not being able to get it because they had gas pumps underneath. So we weren't able to, you know, secure that location. But it was always in the back of our mind. That's what we wanted to do, was go into business together in a restaurant business. I don't feel as though we are competition to anybody because we don't have any competition. You know, it's not me that says we have the best cheesesteak in the United States of America. I'm just a messenger. I get this from, you know, my customers that are from Philly and areas on the East Coast that have been there. And they say, man, you got them beat. You know, so to call them competition, I feel like that would be a little bit of an overstatement. But for us, it was just all about branching out and making my sandwich how I want to make it. You know, we had people from Philly at first that would come to the truck and they would say, oh, no, this ain't a Philly cheesesteak. You got to have this. You can't do this. You can't have bell peppers. And, you know, that doesn't go on a Philly cheesesteak. Well, when I ended up taking the name Philly off the cheesesteak, oh, then they got mad because they said, you got the best Philly cheesesteak in Houston that we've had since we left Philly. I said, well, it's not a Philly cheesesteak. I don't even know how to make a Philly cheesesteak. This is a tasty cheesesteak, the one and only. Long story short, that's my story. One thing that I need to let people know, if you're going into a food truck or you're going into a restaurant business, make sure that it's something that you and your partner are both compatible with. It consumes me, completely consumes me. We started off, you know, we were open Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday till 10 p.m., had to shorten those hours. And then, you know, I started opening on Wednesdays now. I've been, you know, one marriage gone. You know, right now I'm in a relationship and it seems good. And she understands that it's very time consuming. But to think you're just going to get in the truck, you're going to make some money, you know, sell some food and then go home happy, count the money. That's a fairy tale. You know, there's prepping the food, there's cleaning the you know, equipment and everything else. You got to make sure it's clean all the time. and it totally consumes you. On your days off, when you think you have a day off, or the customers may say, why are you closed this day? I do have a family, and my parents, they're old. I like to go see them. So one of the challenges is figuring out how not to allow your establishment to consume all of your time. It takes tweaks. It takes time to adjust to make sure that you have free time for yourself. It's not worth, living your life making money and you never have time to spend it. And, I know that's been said before, but I'm telling you from the horse's mouth, it's just not worth it sometimes. I've wanted to quit, but, I'm motivated. My people always come and they say, be encouraged. We love what you're doing. And so that's what keeps me going every day. For a while, I was putting out help wanted signs, to get employees. That worked to a certain extent. And then I tried, Facebook, tried posting it on my Instagram. But one way that I get employees now is Indeed. That's where I got the majority of my employees from. Here's one thing that I'll tell you, though. Honestly, people don't want to work. They don't want to actually come in and do the work sometimes. So out of 10 people that I'll have scheduled for an interview off of Indeed, 3 might show up. And then only one will get the job. And then that one that gets the job might only last for 3 or 4 months. It takes time to actually find the right people. So I've got several employees that have been there for years, then other employees work for 2 or 3 months. They seem like a model employee and I find out they're stealing, or they start calling in, just for crazy stuff, situations back to back. It's simple things like that. And so finding employees, I'm not going to say just here, the work ethic is different than from where I'm from. Where I'm from, it's just like, like Mike Jones said, you don't work, you don't eat, you don't grind, you don't shine. And that's the truth where I'm from, So it's not necessarily just finding employees. I mean, you got all kind of people that say, oh, I'll work. But it's the work ethic that you find here. That's the hardest thing. So you actually have to know how to really drill your employees to make sure, you put them through the fire, make sure that they're cut out for what it is. Tasty Buddies is one of a kind. I won't be second to anybody. I refuse. I'm built that way. And so I got to make sure that my staff is the same way. And when I grow, they grow. People in Houston need to stop saying that I'm not in Houston. I post videos and I say, yeah, H-Town, Houston, Texas. And then I get 1 or 2 people in the comments, oh, you ain't in Houston. But at the same time, they're quick to say, oh, this is a Houston cheesesteak. They got better cheesesteaks than Philly. But truth be told, where we are in Katy, it's a really good community. I've had one instance with a guy, his name was Anthony Gambino, broke into our truck, 63-year-old guy. He broke into a lot of food trucks around there. Other than that, we haven't had any issues. Very safe, very good community. Everybody, kind of is happy, joyful. When they come to Ritter's, where we're parked at, it's a happy place. And then we make it Tasty Town, which makes it even better. We're putting that soul to Ritter's, which has been there for years. Ever since I moved here 15 years ago, Ritter's has been a staple of the community. So I love where we're at right now in Katy. But, too much of a good thing can happen anywhere. And, we've been there for so long. Everybody kind of knows about us. Now we have a lot of people from Pearland, a lot of people from Humble and from, the north side and different areas, Cypress. They drive all the way to Katy for us. We've had people come from San Antonio. We've had people come from Louisiana. And so we're definitely looking to branch out to other communities. But the Katy location, 3427 North Fire Road in Katy, Texas, that's going to be the Frenchies, the Third Ward Frenchies right there. We ain't going nowhere. That one is always going to be there for Katy. Yeah, the Taste Buds Buddy. It's a story behind that song. When I was locked up, actually, that started before I got locked up. But when I did get locked up, I wrote a whole rap song to that. And it was catchy. People were calling me Tasty, when I was in there. And when you're in a male facility and you're a guy, to be called Tasty, any other situation, they would be awkward. But I accepted it, I was actually Preacher Tasty, Pastor Tasty, because I was also a preacher, a man of God. But I don't know where it came from. It just came to my mind. Just like Tasty Buddies, the Taste Buds Buddy, just popped in and it just stuck. Every single recipe that you see is one of a kind. It was all developed at Tasty Buddies by me. My ex, helped me with a couple of things. We got a juice called Krenak. That juice started, from a fruit punch and a lemonade that they were making at the Jostasy restaurant, and I just tweaked it, a little bit. But For me, I'm kind of, and I want to be over the top with mine. I don't want to just be regular. So we don't just use one cheese or two cheese. We use three cheeses on our cheesesteak. This was my idea. You know, we don't just use salt, pepper, ketchup like they say from Philly. You know, we do a little bit more. And that's what makes us original. You know, my plan is to raise the bar and set the standards with my recipes. And so everything that we do is one of a kind. All the way down to the fries. We make our batter fresh from scratch. Everything is one of a kind with us. As long as you're loyal to your business, your customers will be loyal to you. There's so many businesses that just, they're not, how can I put it? They cut themselves short. They start making money and then they start, you know, becoming complacent. So the loyalty has to come first from you to your business. If you're loyal to your business will be loyal to you. Your customers will see the authenticity in you. And, you know, one of the things that they love about Tasty Buddies, other than the food itself, people say we love your charisma. We love the you know, the vibes that you give. You're a positive person. We love your energy. And that's where the loyalty is. Now, me, first and foremost, I'm loyal to God. I love God with all my heart. And so I just let my light shine. And, you know, that creates an attachment where people want to come and see you. They just, you know, and that's where the loyalty is. Now, as far as my employees, again, you know, we have our ups and our downs. Sometimes we have our days, but I've got several employees that love the fact of, you know, they get paid above average with Tasty Buddies. The work isn't that hard, but they also get publicly recognized just like I do in places like, hey, don't you work at Tasty Buddies, man? Yeah, yeah. So, you know, as far as loyalty, what's more important is just having a passion for what you do. Again, there's no gray area with me. You know, it's black and white. I say what I mean what I say. I stand on what I believe in with all my heart. Yeah, I would, I guess, you know, call myself an extrovert. Some would call me flamboyant. But as far as the business is concerned, it works both ways. You got a business like Taste Buds. You know, I know the owner of Taste Buds, Larry, and he seems more of a quiet, you know, kept person. You don't really see him on camera very often. You see me on camera on all the videos. Like you see me on you know, camera a lot more. But it just basically depends on how much you love your business. It's not necessarily how much people see you. Of course, you know, it helps. With me, it helped because of the area that I was in. It helped for me to come out and let people know that we do have the best cheesesteak, and I stand on that, money back guaranteed. People want to put that to the test, but to each his own. You know, if you're a quiet, self-kept person, you know, just take care of your business. Take care of your business. Love your business will love you back. It's not necessarily, I wouldn't say to have a negative attitude towards anybody. The customer is always right, period, point blank, end of discussion. Even if the customer is saying that the sky is green and the grass is blue, the customer is always right. And you have to understand that's who feeds you at night. You know, and God gave you these customers. So respect them, respect your business, and everything will work out. So we have a Tasty Buddies Express right now. That's the truck that's outside. We have my main truck, Tasty Buddies 1, that's located on Fry Road in Katy. Brick and mortar downtown is what I'm looking for. If I don't get the downtown area, I would definitely like to either be Pearland or the north side. But I'm looking at downtown because I feel as though that's an area that kind of complements the whole city of Houston. People can get there. It's an equal opportunity for people to get there. So that's my goal right now, is to get my brick and mortar downtown. Of course, I'm taking small steps so I can get there. So if I got to get a bodega and a gas station somewhere, you know, so be it. But I'm definitely looking to get out of the food truck into a brick and mortar, still having the food truck in operation in Katy, but, you know, getting into a brick and mortar is my next step. What I want people to know is that no matter what it is, if you don't like it, you let me know. I'm not only going to give you your money back, you know, I'm going to make sure that we make it right for you. I'll give you your money back. I'll remake it for you. I want people to know that integrity is what we stand on, you know, making sure that we're doing the right thing. You can't see us make your food in the truck, but I want people to know we're doing the right thing. We're making your food the right way. It's going to taste the same as it tasted the first time you tried it and you loved it. And if not, I want you to come and bring that to me. let me know, because I'm responsible for my staff. Whatever they do wrong, it falls back on me. I completely accept and understand that. And so what I want people to remember is that integrity is what Tasty Buddies is all about. The advice that I would give to anybody who's trying to have their own food truck or own establishment, first of all, just know it's not easy. It's not easy. It's not a walk in the park at all. You will be working hard if you want your business to be successful. It's very time consuming. It's a lot of pressure on you. Advertise. That's one of the most important things you can do. Make sure that you perfect your craft. Try not to be a jack of all trades as much as you are a master of one. We do the cheesesteaks. That's what we're known for. Now, we also do corned beef. We also have great wings. Our fries are made fresh from scratch with a homemade battered Cajun seasoning. But we emphasize that we have the best cheesesteak. And that's what gets people to our establishment to try the other good things that we have. So focus on one thing. Become the best at that thing. And try to find good employees. You'll have to weave them out. You can't be afraid to fire people. You can't be afraid to do a purge if you have to. I did a purge. I fired 6 people in a week. You can't be afraid. You got to have faith, but just the one thing I can say to you that you have to know above all things, it's not easy. It's a lot of work, but with a lot of work comes a lot of reward if you play your cards right and have integrity in your business. This is Chef JL, the owner of Tasty Buddies, best cheesesteak in the United States of America, 3427 North Friar Road in Katy, Texas. I'm Chef JL. I unapologetically said it. Y'all come on down and try the best cheesesteak in the United States of America. And this is Chef JL. I give you a money-back guarantee on that. I just want to say thank you to everybody in Houston, everybody in the surrounding vicinities that believes in us. You guys are who gives me the courage and encouragement to continue on when I want to stop, when I want to quit. Again, I'm a marriage and 3 relationships later, and I really would have been done had it not been for all of you guys telling me how much you love the food truck, how much you love the establishment, giving me your blessing. And I just want to say thank you for that. I really appreciate it. Y'all come out in the cold. Y'all come out in the rain. You guys support like I've never seen this type of support before is what I've seen in Houston, Texas. I love Texas. I love Houston, and I love y'all. Thank you so much for all of y'all support. There's nothing to go back to. I love you, Deja. I love my daughter. I love, my family in Milwaukee, but y'all already know there's nothing there. I love y'all though, Houston, and thank you for making me the man that I am. I appreciate it. Tasty Buddies, yeah, the Taste Buds Buddy. Better cheesesteak in Philadelphia, money back guaranteed.